Hey everyone, it's Friday. So it's my turn to do the two truths, one lie. So it's up to you to tell me in the comments which of the three stories that follow is the lie. The first story that I'm going to tell you is how I witnessed my sister's birth when I was only 5 years old. So when I was 5, my parents told me that my mother was pregnant, and I got all these educational books, so I knew everything about pregnancy, all the way down to like when a mommy and daddy love each other very much. Daddy puts his into mommy's, and his sperm goes and finds the mama's egg, and there's one sperm that goes in, and etc. And I was super excited. And the day before my sister was born, my grandmother arrived from Iceland, and I woke up in my bed the morning after, and my grandmother told me that in the night my parents had gone to the hospital and that we should go and visit them. And I remember taking a taxi, and my grandmother couldn't speak French. This was here in Montreal, so like I had to like talk to the taxi driver, and I was like 5, so that was terrifying. And then we got up to the hospital, and the doctor tells us like, wait here, and then suddenly the nurse comes running and says, come on, come on, come on, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. And we ran like into the room, and there my mother was, and like to me I was 5, and I didn't find this disgusting at all. I just felt it was so interesting, and you know, the baby's head was already like coming out, and I remember it so well, like looking at it, seeing like first just like the hair on the top of its head, and then like the head protruding, and then like just before the nurse pulled it out, she looked at me and she asked, do you want a brother or do you want a sister? And I remember answering, I want a sister, and she pulled her out and said, you got your wish. My second story is when I was 3 years old. I fell in a flight of steps, and I broke my arm, like my left arm, so badly that like these two bones, they completely went like apart. Before that time, I had shown all signs of being left-handed. I was writing and I was like holding stuff with my left hand all the time. First I couldn't, like, I remember having a cast like this for like 4 weeks, and then I had another cast for a long time as well. And after that, I've always been right-handed. The third story that I'm going to tell is about how I won some money in a lottery draw and used the money to go to Norway and learn Norwegian. So my grandmother is a writer, and there was this gala where they were giving out like literary achievement awards for the previous year. And so my grandmother invited me, and there was this lottery draw where you could pay a little bit and put your name in, and my grandmother paid a little bit and put my name in, and I was drawn, and she told me that I should use the money to do something that would benefit me in some way. And I'd been wanting to learn a Scandinavian language for a long time, and I had some family in Norway that could host me, and so in exchange for staying at their place, I babysat and cleaned for them. I used the money that my grandmother had won for me to pay for the plane tickets and to live in Norway, which is pretty expensive for someone from Iceland right after the economy collapse in 2008, because this was in 2009. So, when was I lying? Tell me in the comments, and here you can listen to the stories again if you want to. See you next week.